Hello YouTubers, subscribers and friends, welcome to my channel. Last night, there was a serious accident here last night. And my son and I were almost involved in a serious accident right here on this corner. He had sold his computer to his friend, his old computer to his friend. And we took it to his friend's house and we were on our way home. And I was coming up to this corner here, and as soon as I got up to this corner, this kid was coming around here. He was completely sideways, coming sideways, halfway off the road here. Like his rear tires were off the road here in the front, and he was just sliding. And I was coming right here, and when he came back onto the road, he came right at me. I had to swerve off the road and then gun it, give it gas, vroom. And he just barely missed clipping the back of my car. If I wouldn't have gunned it, he probably would have hit me head on the driver's side. But as he went behind me, if I would have been driving Vader, the van, he would have clipped the rear end because Vader's a lot longer. And as he went behind me, I could see in my rearview mirror that he flew off the road. As you can see right here, here's the tracks right here. So it's happened like right in here. He was sliding here. You can see dirt tracks sliding, and then he came onto the road, and then fishtailed and came back off the road, and then slid, and then went off the road over there. I'll put a clip up here showing him off there. The car's already gone now, but this is a dangerous corner. I'm always seeing crashes around here. He flew right off of freaking here, down in this ditch, and I saw, as I got to that corner of my rearview mirror, I saw this huge pile of dust. So I did a U-turn. You can see right here where they pulled him out. They pulled him out, I guess, the tow trucks. I did a U-turn and I came back and I parked right over here. And as I parked, I was going to get out of the car. One of the guys climbed out of this front passenger window. It was a four-door, like a little SUV Hyundai or something like that. And the other guy got out of the back seat and he started stumbling. The first guy started stumbling going that way, and the other guy started coming out here towards me, and he was saying to me, what happened, dude? What happened? And the right side of his head was kind of bleeding, and his eye looked swollen, right eye looked swollen. The other guy kept stumbling and falling across here, and I yelled at him, hey, where you going? And he turned and started to walk towards me. He had blood coming down the side of his face also. And he asked me, the whole time I'm trying to film this on Instagram, my wife kept texting me. She kept cutting out the video as I was trying to film it. And he asked me if I could give him a ride. He needed to get out of here, and he had his hand wrapped up with like a jacket, like a hoodie. And I told him no. I told him, go back to the car, wait, the ambulance is coming. And he took off running down that way. By then, the second guy that got out, the one that was telling me what happened, I asked him, is there anybody else in the vehicle? And he's like, no, it was just me and him. And just as soon as he said that, the back passenger door on the other side opened up, and this other kid came out, and his face was bleeding, the side of his head. His nose, blood was coming out of his mouth, left side of his mouth, and he started to run down the road also. And I was yelling at him, hey man, you got to come back. And the whole time I'm trying to film this, my wife kept texting me, kept stopping the video. And I was like, man, this sucks. I'm trying to get this. And also there's another guy, he stopped right there in the white car. He got out, he was looking at the accident. I didn't get him on film, but I could see him on the phone. I could tell he was calling the police or the ambulance or something like that. So I was telling my son, never, ever, ever leave the scene of an accident, son. So I started going after that guy in the car, and I was yelling at him, and then he ran across and went down the dirt road and went that way, but he kept falling and stumbling, get up and run again. And by then I saw the other guy on the other street. I did a U-turn, was coming back, and the other guy that was leaving, he come walking up to my car, and I mean, he looked bad. He looked like he was seriously hurt. And I told him, I said, hey man, the ambulance is on the way. You need to get back to the car, get checked out. You definitely look like you're seriously hurt, dude. And he was like, what happened to us? What happened to us? He turned around and he went back. By then, the sheriff's department was coming down the road. I could see him in my rearview mirror, and he came flying down. He went around this curve. I'm like, oh man, the cop, he passed him. So I tried to take off to come after the cop, see if I could catch the cop. By the time I got to this curve, the cop had turned around and went back. Then I turned around and went back and pulled in front of the cop car and got out and started walking towards the cop, and he's like, get back in your vehicle. I said, I'm not part of the accident, but I saw what happened. Let me tell you what happened. There was three guys. One guy took off down the road and went that way. He's hurt really, really bad. And the sheriff's department was like, all right, get back in your car, we'll take care of it. I said, I'm not part of the accident, but I just wanted you to know that there's three of them, and one guy went that way. And he's hurt really, really bad. So he's like, all right. I said, I'm not part of the accident. Is it all right if I leave now? He's like, yeah, fine, you can leave. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, take off. So I got back in the car. I wanted to go walk over there, but it's private property. I got back in the car, and I just sat in the car for a few minutes. My son's like, Dad, you all right? I'm like, man, that is so freaking weird, son. He's like, Dad, oh my God, how did you learn how to drive like that? Because the guy was coming right at me. I kind of hit the brakes, swerved, and then gunned it, and he just barely missed us. And my son was sitting in the passenger seat, and he was like turning and watching the whole thing. He just kept saying, I saw everything, Dad, I saw everything. That was freaking awesome, man, how you freaking drove like that. And I was just like, son, I was just trying not to get us killed, because if I wouldn't have done something, if I wouldn't have just did that little swerve, you know, like the little hesitation and swerving and gun it, he would have clearly took out the front end of this car, because he barely missed my side mirror as he went by me. And then as I could see in the side mirror and the rearview mirror, I could tell that if I would have been in the van, we would have definitely been nailed. But my son was like, wow, Dad, that's amazing driving you did. So as we were driving back home, I was just sitting here quiet. My son was he was just talking to me about, why were you so interested in telling the guy to get back to the car? And I was telling him, son, he looked like he was hurt bad. His face, right side of his face was bleeding, his eye was swollen, blood coming out of his nose and mouth. He could have internal injuries. He goes, yeah, but if he was hurt, Dad, he couldn't walk. I said, son, when you get in an accident, you are so pumped with adrenaline that you don't know that you're hurt. And you're confused, especially if you got a head injury, you're confused. You don't know where you're at. It's clear they didn't know where they were at or what happened to them, you know. And he's like, well, why do you think they wrecked? I said, they're either under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The other kid that ran and kept falling down and ran away, he looked like he was holding something underneath his jacket. I don't know if he was running away with drugs or alcohol. I have no idea, but he totally looked messed up, man, when he was asking me if I could give him a ride somewhere. I mean, he totally looked stoned or drunk or something, but covered in blood. And I just kept doing the accident over and over in my head, and I was telling my son, don't ever do that, son. Don't ever get in a vehicle with your friends if they're ever intoxicated or under drugs, because, you know, and then don't ever leave the scene of an accident, because if somebody was to die and you was the driver and you ran away, first of all, you're going to get in trouble for leaving the scene of an accident. Second of all, you know, you could go to jail for involuntary manslaughter. You could take an accident, which is bad, and turn it into even a worse problem for yourself. So don't ever let your friends influence you and let you get into a vehicle either while they're intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. Don't either do drugs or alcohol. He's like, that's crazy, Dad, man. It was like in a movie. I saw everything, Dad. And he was just pumped that he was just pumped and amazed at my driving. And I was just like, son, driving is not a game, man. I take driving very seriously. I never goof around in the car with my kids while I'm driving. They've never seen me drink beer and get in the car and drive, or do drugs and get in the car and drive, or anything. I always drive very respectful. I don't speed with him in the car. I don't goof around or anything. And I was telling my son, I was giving him kind of like a life lesson to, driving some responsibility. These vehicles are big and they're heavy, and not only can you get killed in them, but you could kill somebody. You can not only, being stupid in a vehicle by drinking and driving or doing drugs and driving, you're putting your life in danger, and everybody that you come in contact with on the road, it's life in danger. And he was like, oh man, this is freaking weird how everything, that guy's face was all swollen. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I told my wife about it, and she kept like texting me like, hello, where are you guys, hello? And then I had to call her and tell her, listen man, we were almost in a serious accident. That's why I couldn't respond back to you, because I was dealing with the accident at the time. And I showed her the video that I uploaded on Instagram, and then she was just like, I'm going to watch the news and watch to see if it's on the news. But it wasn't on the news. So I don't know what happened to the guy or the guys. But I tell my family every day, life is short, man. Don't forget to tell the people in your life how much you love them, how much they mean to you, because you could be here 1 minute and gone the next minute. You never know. Because you could be the safest, most carefulest driver in the world, but you get some idiot like that these are a twisty, windy, dippy road, come hauling ass around the corner. They could take you out just because they're being idiots and they're irresponsible drivers. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna check, see if the Bigfoot beds are still there. This is the whole Oakland Canyon. When I came by here earlier, there was like 6 cars here. Now there's only 2. I have not been over in this canyon in a long time, 4 or 5 months, 5 months, maybe 6 months since I've been here. So I'm just curious, since I had to come down, I wanted to go look at that accident. This is the closest spot to go walking. I figured I'd come over here. I miss this canyon. I used to come here all the time. Look at the beauty. You gotta live every day to your fullest, because you don't, like I said, you don't know, man. You could be here 1 minute and now gone the next minute. Let's go see if them Bigfoot bits are still here. That one's still there with the rock still on it. Look at that one right up there, that Saguaro cactus at the top of it. It's like a crown. This is the weird looking one with like ripples and stuff in it. It's weird. I wonder who made those beds and why they made it, because they're still there. That bed is still there. That's the biggest one. Right there. I'm wondering if the man, it's really windy here. I'm wondering if the footprint is still in the ground there, because it's been, like I said, 5-6 months. It's been a long time since I've been here. Since the first time that I found out about this spot. Let's go check it out and see. No, it's gone. It's used to be right here. The impression of it is a little bit here, but it's completely gone now. See if I step on it. Whatever it was something really heavy with a huge footprint, man. Here's the moon. Yesterday the moon was still out. I could still see it to about 12:30 in the afternoon. It was still out. Let's go check on the other beds. That rock face is still there too, because I can see a rock from here. Oh, man, that's going to leave a mark. It looks so awesome with the moon up there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up without me zooming in on it, but something up there making noise, like a squalling noise. I don't remember this big rock being here though. Kind of looks like it fell from up there or something. It's a pretty big rock. This looks exactly like these rocks up here. Alright, let's go see. Yep, still here. Still here, still with rocks on it. That's crazy. This rock wall is still here. This other one is still up here. Although this stuff looks fresh. And it's got 3 rocks instead it used to have 2. Because there's no way that this would still look like this 6 months later. Like that looks fresh too. I don't know. I don't know what is the meaning behind these beds or who's doing it. Let's go look and see if the original first one is still there. You don't have to believe in Bigfoot. I'm not even saying it is Bigfoot, I just call them Bigfoot beds because they're out in the middle of the wilderness. Call whatever you want. That rock face is up in that area up there. But here's the original first one that I found. And it's still there too. Still there, and it's got more rocks. What is the meaning of these rocks? Before it just had this one big one right here. Now it's got this one and this one. And these 2 here. Like I said, it's been months since I've been here. 5-6 months. Since I very first time I've ever seen this one. But it did have this big rock here, but it didn't have these other little ones. You ever get that feeling like you're being watched? That's the feeling I'm having right now. Let's go walk down the end of the trail here. There's 2 cars parked out there. I don't know where the people are that are hiking. But when I used to come out here, I used to hike to the top of these rocks and just sit there and watch people walk by, and they wouldn't even notice that I'm watching them. Go down a little further. So quiet here. So yesterday when we were going to town to take my son's old computer to his friend's house, I forgot to take my camera with me, and my son's like, as we were about 10 minutes into our journey, he's like, "Dad, where's your camera?" I said, I forgot it at home." He's like, "What? You forgot your camera?" Man, I feel like we're gonna miss something exciting today. We could have got it on video. I was like, yeah, it's alright, son. Yeah, I did feel naked without it though. But yeah, I wish I would have had my camera with me when I saw that accident. But I did get a little bit of it on my phone though. Got a weird feeling here today. I heard like a boom noise. I've been coming to this canyon for so many years. So I like hiking in it. I've never ever seen water flowing in this canyon though. It's always been dry, even in the monsoon season. Wind's picking up. This is the big rock that has the petroglyph on the back of it. Petroglyphs. Some faded ones over there. I hear somebody talking. Oh, two ladies. I've been talking with Mary and Ann. I brought them here to see the giant saguaro cactus. Been talking to them for about an hour, teaching them about the Hohokam Canyon here. And what do you think of this big cactus?
It looks like an oak tree down below.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
It is amazing.
When you come stand and get it from this view, you can actually see the individual arms going up, and it looks even more massive from over here.
Okay, we're on our way there.
Yeah. This is an amazing.
I showed them the Bigfoot beds and everything. They're all excited. It's getting windy.
I'm trying to.
There's more people that are going that way that they saw it also, but they didn't want to come up and look at it. They want to continue their hike. Alright, well, I just left those two ladies. They're very nice ladies. I always like meeting people out here on my hikes. I met some more people also. Told them how to get to the petroglyphs. I'm going to head back to my car, so I'm going to end this video right now. So, like always, thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. Remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It don't cost you anything. It's free. And